The Duke finally turned from the window, the firelight catching the silver at his temples. He had fought battles and sat through councils thick with deception, yet none of that prepared him for the quiet terror in Eleanor's eyes. It was not the shy nervousness he had expected of a new bride, but something deeper, an instinct to brace for pain. "You need not sit so stiffly," he said gently, careful to keep his voice low. "This room is yours as much as mine." She nodded, though her fingers tightened together until her knuckles paled. When she rose to remove her gloves, her movements were practiced, deliberate. One glove slipped free, then the other. She hesitated before unfastening the tiny buttons at her sleeve, as if the cloth were a shield she could not yet lower. The Duke noticed then how she angled herself away from the light. Not modesty, avoidance. "Eleanor," he said, stepping closer but stopping well short of her reach, "look at me." She obeyed, lifting her chin with effort. When she finally rolled her sleeve back, the candlelight revealed pale, uneven lines tracing her forearm, old scars, some faint as whispers, others stubbornly visible no matter how carefully she tried to hide them. For a heartbeat, the Duke forgot to breathe. "I'm sorry," she blurted, words tumbling out as though she had rehearsed them for years. "I tried to cover them. I didn't want you to think, people always think, that you are weak," he finished quietly. Her eyes shimmered, but she did not look away. "That I am broken." The Duke's chest tightened, not with revulsion, but with a sudden, burning anger at a world that had done this to her and taught her to apologize for surviving it. He reached out, then stopped himself, letting his hand fall back to his side. "May I?" he asked, gesturing gently toward her arm. She hesitated, then nodded. His touch was light, reverent, tracing the air just above the scars rather than touching them directly. "These are not marks of shame," he said. "They are proof that you endured." Her breath shuddered. "You don't have to pretend kindness," she whispered. "I know this marriage was arranged. I know what men expect." He met her gaze steadily. "What I expect," he said, "is honesty. And what I offer is respect. Nothing more will be taken from you without your willing heart." The silence between them shifted then, no longer heavy but hushed, as though the room itself were listening. Eleanor's shoulders eased, just a fraction, yet enough for him to notice. She had spent years bracing for the worst. He would not be another hand raised against her trust. She drew her sleeve back down slowly, not in panic this time, but with care. "No one has ever said that to me," she admitted. "Then let me be the first of many things done differently," the Duke replied. Outside, the wind rattled the windows, but inside, something fragile and new began to take shape, not passion, not promises whispered too soon, but a quiet understanding. And for the first time since the wedding bells had faded, Eleanor allowed herself to believe that this night, which had begun in silence, might end in something far gentler than fear.